Hello, my name is Mordred Viking and I am the Stellaris Community Manager. This is the Stellaris Survival mod, a little something that we put together especially for Halloween. This is a wave defense game where the objective is very simple: survive. Starting from 20 years in and every 5 years thereafter, the central AI, known as the Lost, will be sending a large wave of ships to attack each and every empire in the galaxy. As time progresses, these waves will become stronger and stronger, and ultimately the only thing you can do is try to survive for roughly 70 years. So let's talk about the special mechanics which you can find in this mod. The first one would be bounties. So every time you destroy an AI ship or starbase, you will gain a certain amount of alloys, which can really help you kickstart your economy. And if you go exploring early on, then you'll find small groups of enemies that you'll be able to fight against, which in the early game can really boost your economy. Just like the AI can part their way to you from the center of the galaxy, they will also be able to come through gateways, for example the one that we have here, and they will take the quickest, most optimal path to you. So if you do see any gateways around your empire, be sure to fortify them, because you never know what's going to come through it. Generally though, the AI will only choose one path, so once they have established that route to you, that is probably the path that they will be using, though not always. The next thing you should be aware of is bombardment. Generally, the AI, if they manage to secure one of your systems and find a planet there, instead of sending armies to attack it, they will simply destroy it. They will bombard it from orbit using the Armageddon bombardment stance until you have no pops left. In order to expedite this, the amount of damage they do has been increased substantially. So when you start up the game, it is recommended that you have a couple of settings in mind. The first would be the wave strength. Usually you want to make this at 0.25 times, otherwise the number of enemies coming at you will be a lot more challenging. But if that is what you're after, then you can of course bump that number up. The other thing you want to know is you want to increase the difficulty to either Admiral or Grand Admiral, especially if you're playing single player or with less than the optimal 12 players. The reason for this is the AIs around you will be using that difficulty, and the sooner that they start falling, the sooner you will be dealing with more enemies. Because if one AI dies, the Lost is still sending out the same number of ships. It just means that they'll be going for somebody else instead. Now, once you've got the game up and running, all players will be an advanced start. So you have a little bit more technology, you have 3 planets, and around 40 to 60 pops to play with. You will also be given the option of a starting relic. Usually we would recommend that you try to base what you're trying to do around what that relic can provide, because the boons are quite powerful. So, tips and tricks. You may, during play, find that some of your neighbours are not quite so fortunate and begin to die out, or their planets start to be overrun. Should this occur, then refugees will begin to propagate themselves around the galaxy. This can be an excellent way of increasing your population quickly. These are the very basics. We may do another video in the future which will cover more advanced tips and strategies. However, if you find this already a little bit too easy, you can always try hardcore mode. This will mean that when the Lost come to attack you, their fleets will be twice the size, bounties will be entirely removed, and the ships that they attack you with will be somewhat improved. You can find this mod right now on the Steam Workshop. Just follow the link in the description below. So there you go. We hope that you enjoy the Stellaris Survival mod with the Necroids coming at you from some deep, dark corner of space.